Can you see the dead deer laying there? People are going to lose deer. I understand that. We'll walk up here and discover this deer together. I can already see what it is. Yeah, we're going to call the game warden here and report this. Yeah, Mike, this is Don Mealey down here in Clark County. I found a dead small buck, freshly killed here. It's about 1 o'clock in the afternoon Monday. I haven't done anything to it. I was just standing there and observed. It looks like a bullet hole went right through its neck, and the blood's pretty fresh. It didn't get washed out in the rain last night. So can you give me a call on what I can do with this to get a salvage tag on it? Thank you. You know, I was down here, not here, I was at the cabin. Saturday morning, perfect morning. And I'd say that's about as long as that's laid there. At 8:15, I heard 5 progressive shots. Boom, 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 boom. Came right from this direction. That's what put me up here in the first place. And there's what all the booming and banging was about. That deer will never reach its potential. Okay. Done being mad. It ain't gonna do any good. We're trying to make this mishap here. I have no idea how it happened. It's hunting, but we're gonna put a camera up here and see what goes on. Well, I have a tree stand right there in that big tree right there. You can probably see it. And we're probably 40 yards from that stand. And everything I can think of is more or less speculation right now at the moment. But you do have a very shot deer laying there on your property. You heard me call the game warden. Michael J. Miller came out and issued me this very important piece of paper. This is a salvage tag for the deer, the whole deer, not just the rack. They won't just issue that. You cut a deer rack off and haul it up to the field and want a salvage permit, it's not going to happen. Proper protocol, leave the deer alone, call the game warden. He will come out and issue this salvage tag, no matter trophy buck or whatever. But you cannot move this animal in any, you have no legal claim to it, even though it's on my property, because it's still the state's deer. And I want to emphasize that. Without this salvage tag, you cannot touch that deer. I never have a shotgun license. I had no authority to move that deer. My first thing is to call the authorities and inform them on it, and let them tell me, as the state of Iowa's people's deer, what they want to do with it. Now, with that said, what we're going to do, we're not going to hunt over this deer. We're going to put a camera on this tree. And a lot of people say, well, you know, they hate to lose a deer, it goes to waste and all that. Nothing goes to waste in Mother Nature. We're going to put a camera up here. We haven't touched deer. We're going to move the deer. We're going to let Mother Nature take its course. I was really amazed that the coyotes haven't been on it yet. But we will set a camera up here and we'll all learn from this. First thing, get a hold of your game warden. Get one of these in your possession before you even touch the deer. I don't know what happened here. Are you mad? Yeah, one part of you are mad, but it's hunting. And the person that shot it, I hope I had a legal hunting license. But like the game warden said, I heard 1 shot, then 4 follow-up shots Saturday when I came to the gate, and it was probably being shot at a running deer. So hopefully they didn't know where it went, or that, you know, because they could cross the fence legally and come over here and got this deer. I wish they would have. But apparently it must be they must have lost a deer, and we'll go on that. So let's get the camera up and try to memorialize and learn from this small 8-point even in its death. We'll get some good footage of predation going on. Everything's going to feed off this deer other than mankind, but we're going to learn from it. So let's get a camera set up and get out of here. If you was in a survival situation, you'd eat this deer, but I don't. You know, I don't. Doesn't have any. It's hard. So that's the first time I legally could touch that deer. Oh, let's get the camera up and see what happens. Here's what's always going to haunt you. That's that dead deer right there. I'm in the stand. Yeah, you just never know today. You just never know. This is January 14th. It's not been quite a month yet, and they just started to eat on that deer. It's been pretty cold. And I pulled the cameras down about 3 days ago, and there wasn't no activity on it. I just put the camera back, and to my amazement, the whole rear quarters have been eaten out. So something's eating on it now. But what I wanted to get a point across is nothing goes to waste in Mother Nature. She reclaims it. So if you lose a deer, you then recover it, it will be consumed. And a lot of times more gets consumed than what mankind consumes from it. So that's January 14th, not quite a month. It was December 20th. That's when we came up here and put the salvage tag on it. So we got about another week actually before it'd be a month. And that's what, it's being consumed in nature's way. Well, here we are. We're out here at the site of this found deer. We found this deer on the 21st day of December. At that time, as you've seen, we contacted the game warden. He issued us this salvage tag. I told him what I was going to do with the deer. I was going to use it as a learning tool. Unfortunately, the deer wasn't recovered, and that's going to happen in the real world. But the deer did not go to waste. The deer not being recovered was probably more utilized pound for pound of meat through wildlife consumption than it would have been for human consumption. But what I really want to make clear here is you can pick sheds up, but you can't pick deads up without this in the state of Iowa. And you're going to have to contact your DNR officer if you come up on one, and then he'll take it from there. But these are legal, sheds are legal to pick up, deads are illegal to pick up. Now, if you people have a problem with that here in Iowa, the state legislature right now is in session, and you, the people of Iowa, if you feel that's unjust, then it's time for you to go down to your state capital, wherever it may be, and express your disagreement with that. That's how you get things changed. But as it is now in Iowa and several Midwestern states, it's illegal to pick up dead heads. But these are legal. This is starting to be prime time. It's February 1, and I'm going to show you the consumption of this deer. We've already seen this before. This is where the deer laid. The coyotes drug it over into here, and there you go. That's total consumption. I'm going to take the head off today after I place the tag on there. I'm going to wrap it around an antler, so I do have legal possession of this. But like I said, nothing goes to waste in Mother Nature. And thanks to that deer, many crows, hawks, possums, coons, yeah, bobcats and coyotes consume that. But like I said, if you look at that rib cage, the human consumption would have not been that great. They ate it right down. Now I'm going to cut that head off and leave the rest of it here. Now what I'll do is I'll put that head in a tub and keep the squirrels from eating the antlers off. And I'll let the bugs go ahead this spring, and they'll consume the rest of it. So, yep, now I can legally move that deer. That's the first time human has touched that deer. And that was me attaching that salvage tag to it. So that's it from the Non-Typical Norwalkian. I hope you learned something from this event.